Hey yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What's happening with you all? It's your boy Gold Phoenix in the flesh, rise from the ashes and be blessed. You already know what it is. Listen up. Right now, I am in Rawlins, Wyoming. I've been sitting here at TA since last night, give or take. My co-driver ran us from Oregon over there into like some rest area in Wyoming, about 40 miles west of Sutter. I picked up from there, started driving. Rawlins was as far as I could get. Why? Honestly, on my part, probably a little bit of poor trip planning. I'll take that one on the chin. I should have. That's my APU coming on for the heater. But I should have planned better than I did. I know y'all see that smoke. But it is what it is. So, choice that I made as far as coming this direction, thinking that it would be better for fuel, which of course fuel was going to be cheaper. I was going to buy it, fill up my tanks in Jonestown, Colorado, north of Denver. We were on our way to Fort Worth and still are. But the better route probably would have been to go through like the Navajo Nation and drop down to Interstate 40 and run that across to Amarillo, break off on 287 and run that down to Fort Worth. That would have been the better choice. Me being me though, I had a moment where I got caught up in the numbers and trying to save a little bit of money, boost profits and all that, and now we have to sit. It just is what it is. Why do we have to sit? Because roads are shut down to light, high-profile vehicles. And now I'm seeing, let's see, that's I-25, so that's chain law. You see all that orange and red? I'm not, we're not going anywhere. It just is what it is. We have to sit and we have to wait. And I say that to say this. This time of the year, you guys be sure to trip plan better than I just did. Because this kind of crap costs money when you aren't allowed to run. Not only that, but I'm on a load that literally, supposedly can't be late, according to my company, and so I could get fined if it's late. The load just gotta be late, bro. Like, there's nothing I could do. I'm not heavy enough to drive through 60, 70 mile an hour winds. Nor am I gonna take that chance. Now, my co-driver, aka my student, whatever, was about to this morning. He woke me up. He was like, "Hey man, I'm finna get on the road." And when I heard him, I had to stop him. Like, "Nah, don't do that. Don't do that." Because A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then I showed him the DOT site or whatever. He was like, "Oh, well, dang." So he's inside right now getting something to eat. I just got out the shower, so straighten up the truck. Probably about to go back there and continue watching Netflix. If not, playing a little bit of Modern Warfare 2. I'm waiting for my the campaign to download because I'm trying to check that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to relive some childhood memories. Is that so much to ask for? I don't think that's a lot to ask for. But regardless, there's just a quick little update. I don't really have much of anything going on. But this winter, I could tell you guys right now, I believe this winter is going to be worse than last year because one, it seems to get worse every year, but two, just this kind of weather in so many places this early, in my opinion, is a little bit abnormal. Somebody with more experience, let me know if I'm tripping on that, if that's just in my head or what, but it's just weird to me. Now the wind and stuff, that's Wyoming. That happens all year round. But we've been running through snow the past few days coming down from Washington, dealing with it in Oregon, dealing with it in Idaho, a little bit of Utah. And then it had recently snowed in Wyoming. As soon as you cross in from Evanston, everything is snowed out. Then we get stopped over there at the port of entry. The damn officers being an asshole to us for no apparent reason. And now this. So it's been a relatively eventful trip, and it's a shame because it pays pretty freaking good, to be honest with you. And it's going to the south, so it will probably get us out of this ridiculous weather. When I tell you guys it's been cold up here, it has been unfair. It's been unreasonable. Matter of fact, I want to know who sanctioned this. It makes no sense for it to be this cold at all. But nonetheless, is what we dealing with. It just is what it is. Here's another thing, though. Typically, when you have a good week or a great week, it's probably going to follow up with some amount of nonsense. Now, sometimes you can maneuver around it to where you can still make money. But usually, when things go like really good, you gonna like, something gonna get you one way or another. I just had a phenomenal week. My biggest week in my entire career so far, right? And now we're stuck here. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up breaking even or if I end up in the hole or something this week. I don't freaking know. It's just, at this point, it's kind of annoying. But it's not the end of the world, too. Like I said, I learned my lesson on this one. From now on, mark my freaking words. For the rest of this season, I will not come through the state of Wyoming unless I absolutely have to. If I have to drop all the way to 40 and go around, or 90 for whatever ungodly reason just so happens to be safer, I will do that. Hell, I'll even take 70 through Colorado, and I don't even want to touch that route if it's safer. But Wyoming, this state here, is just too unpredictable, in my opinion. It has a mind of its own. You could check the radar and everything seems perfectly fine, and next thing you know, 2 seconds later, you're stuck in a blizzard with 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and you got to figure out where you're supposed to park at. So now you're going down I-80 or 25, or hell, even 90 up on the top end, and every couple of miles you see a truck flipped over because somebody thought that they could defy Mother Nature. It just doesn't work that way. And so because it doesn't work that way, what I'm going to do is just take it out of the equation altogether. Why am I having this problem? You've been doing this for years at this point. You should know this by now. You want to know the problem? It's the first, it ain't even winter yet, but this will be the first winter that I'm a trainer. So when I was solo the past few winters, I was not this, like, out this direction. I really wasn't going further west than maybe Minnesota, if that. I didn't go west in the winter like that. You know, basically my money route was basically running between like the Chicago area and Pennsylvania, you know, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, the Hazleton, that type of area, you know, or I'd be up in like upstate New York or something like that. But out this direction, I wasn't out here. So I was hearing stories and things that some people were saying, but actually being in a position to deal with it yourself is completely different, because you can't always take what people say at face value, especially truck drivers, because truck drivers have this very doom and gloom attitude about everything. They'll turn anything into a war story. A truck driver would take a freaking scenario where they went to a terminal and they had to back into the last parking spot that they had with the trailers or whatnot, and they'll find some way to make it sound like they were like a god or like the superhero of the freaking day or something like that, like it's a Marvel movie or something. That's why I don't listen to them. So I tend to just learn the hard way, and I guess in this instance I definitely learned the hard way. It just, you know, comes with the territory. But like I said, it's the first time in my whole career I'm really dealing with this side of the country this time of the year. I'm open for the experience, and I'm glad my student can see some of this stuff before he ends up having to go out on his own. You know, Snapchat going off. But I'm glad he can see some of this stuff before he ends up having to go out on his own. We're like halfway through his training already, so like he's been working his ass off. I bought him a headset today. You know, that's what happens when you do good. But anyway, it's just, you know, we're going to do our best to survive. That's just what I can tell you guys. I ain't really have much to say. I just felt like turning on the camera and running my mouth. So hope you enjoyed it. If not, who cares? Hit that like button, comment, whatever. I'm about to relax. Anyway, be happy, stay blessed, as I always say. Do not be afraid to make drastic changes in your life. I am the one and only. Listen, there can only be one. The one and only Gold Phoenix.